Story 1. Original post. Am I the a-hole here for giving my work Secret Santa a handmade gift that will ultimately be for her daughter? So I, 20-ish female, am taking my part in my workplace Secret Santa, where I am gifting to Jay, 30-ish female. Jay is in my team, we are friendly, chat regularly, and have lunch together most days. For the past month or so, she has been complaining how she cannot get a specific toy for her daughter as it sells out in shops too quickly. And when she looks online, they are being sold for outrageous prices on eBay. When our Secret Santa was announced, we were told that we can get anything, but there is a $10 limit. When I drew Jay's name, I thought that a good gift would be to crochet her daughter something similar to the toy that she wants to get her daughter. I bought the pattern and yarn and started working away to create this gift. The pattern was $5 and the yarn came to about $15. But as I would not use all of the yarn for this project, I decided to just consider this gift as being worth $5. The other $5 I have spent on a small candle and some chocolate. I was catching up with a friend last night and told her about what I was doing as a gift. She pulled a face and said that I was being an a-hole, as I should have spent the entire amount of money solely on Jay as it was meant to be her gift. She also said that as a mother, she probably won't get much thought for her, as all the attention will be on her daughter, and that I should get her something better than a crappy candle and chocolate. She also said that a crochet version of the toy is not the same as the actual thing, and probably wouldn't be wanted anyway. I feel guilty now that I thought of her daughter over Jay, and if this is common that the mothers get overlooked, maybe I should scrap the toy idea and find something solely for Jay? I genuinely thought the toy would be a good gift to relieve a bit of Jay's stress at not finding the actual toy she wanted. But I may be wrong. Am I the a-hole here for giving my work Secret Santa a handmade gift that will ultimately be for her daughter? Small update with added details. I received some great comments suggesting that I spend the allotted amount on Jay. This is what I have decided to do. I have kept the candle and chocolate for myself. It was a gingerbread scented candle and a bar of dairy milk, and have ordered a plant terrarium for Jay. She has often mentioned how she wants to get back into her plants, but has neglected them since having her daughter. Jay's daughter O has just turned 2 last month, and the toy that Jay has been searching for was a talking Miss Rachel doll, because O absolutely loves Miss Rachel. I am still going to give Jay the crocheted Miss Rachel doll and say it is a Christmas gift from me to O. I have often mentioned how I crochet stuffies for my niece's nephew and some friends' children, so I hope she will like it. The gift exchange is next Wednesday. As for my friend who called me an a-hole to begin with, she is single and child-free, which is why I wanted to ask others for their opinions. I have spoken to my friends and sister who are mothers. My own mother unfortunately passed a few years ago. Whether it was a good gift, and I got mixed opinions from them. Some said that they would love to have a gift like that, and others said my friend had a point, but they would still love the gift regardless. I think most of them just didn't want to hurt my feelings. I will update after the gift exchange to let everyone know how it went. Now for the comments. Not the a-hole. This is above and beyond. Not the a-hole. That's a weird thought for your friend to have for a gift that is so thoughtful. It's pretty clear she's not a parent and has no idea how parents think. Proceed with your plan. You're not the a-hole either way, but I do love the terrarium idea along with the doll you made. Moms sometimes do get forgotten, and it was very thoughtful of you to do this. Not the a-hole. The key to Christmas is in the giving, and you yourself are giving 2 people gifts. Those who feel you are in the wrong are probably the ones who will go home and criticize their gifts, just before they decide to unload that gift onto someone who might honestly appreciate them. Not the a-hole. As a parent, I'd be happy to receive a gift that would actually benefit my child. The fact the lady has been saying she can't find the toy she's looking for, and you have gone to the trouble of finding similar that you can make is so thoughtful, that would make me even happier to receive it. Update. Hi all! Just wanted to provide a quick update on my previous post. So the Secret Santa exchange was last week, and I gave Jay her terrarium, which she loved. I received a book about cat breeds. It just listed the different breeds and added cartoon pictures of them. Not sure what my Secret Santa was thinking, but at least it wasn't a crappy candle. I decided to wait to give Jay the crochet doll until today, as it was our last day together and we would be the only people in the office. Jay was so happy with the doll that she did actually cry a little when she saw it. She still has not managed to find a talking Miss Rachel doll yet, so she was feeling very guilty that O would be missing out. Jay couldn't stop thanking me and told me that she knows O is going to love the doll too. Most likely will never put it down. I didn't tell her about how I was going to give the doll to her as part of her Secret Santa. Instead, I told Jay that I had stumbled upon a pattern that I wanted to try out, and that because she has been having trouble finding a toy, that this could be used as a placeholder until she could get the one she wanted. Jay just kept hugging me and saying thank you. She also bought me lunch and a Starbucks. It has been a pretty great day. It made me feel very happy knowing that my gift is appreciated and that I made a lovely lady happy. So it is a nice happy update. Hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. Now for the comments, Merry Christmas to you as well. That little girl will be so freaking happy tomorrow today. Depends where you live. Ah, this makes me really happy. OP, you have the biggest heart, and I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. That said, I think it's time for me to get off Reddit, because I just found the post that made me smile. Merry Christmas, everyone! Happy holidays! I'm so happy that your hard work was appreciated. Read this multiple times now because each time it makes me happy. For your information, I would have also loved the doll as a Secret Santa gift, as it was something you truly thought about and would have reduced my Christmas stress a little. You are a lovely person. You're awesome. Good karma will come your way. This is so wholesome. You're such a kind person for going the extra mile. Jay sounds like an amazing coworker, and it's clear you really made her day, and probably her kids too. Love seeing people spread kindness like this. This is so sweet. I think your original gift idea would have been loved just as much as the terrarium. Moms often sacrifice their own happiness for their children, so it is nice that you got her a gift for herself, but just know she would have been just as happy with the gift for her daughter. That talking Ms. Rachel doll is super hard to get. My husband and I looked in several different stores and had several online orders canceled before we lucked out getting one for our friend's daughter. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for getting upset with my husband for eating the tamale filling in, prepped to do days ahead of Christmas? I don't have family other than my kids. Eating tamales reminds me of Christmas past when my parents were alive. Each year I make tamales for Christmas Eve dinner, and they take a few days to make. I prepped the meat filling and stored in the fridge. A few days later, on Christmas Eve, I was gearing up to make the tamales when the husband tells me he already ate most of the filling because it was good. I asked why he ate it because he clearly knew what it was for. He said it had been in there for a few days and he didn't want it to go to waste. I was highly upset and told him I would not be making tamales this year. He would have to figure out dinner. He dismissed any feelings I had, didn't apologize, and said I was being irrational and did not want his mom to come if I was going to act like a witch. I explained I was not upset with her. I was upset with him, and I wanted his mom to come for the kids to spend time with her. Unknown to me, he called his mom and told her I was in a mood and she couldn't come over. When I called her, she basically accused me of being 100% responsible and didn't want to be in the middle. I totally understand her siding with him, but I was clear that I very much wanted his mom to come. Now the kids are sad, and he's saying I ruined Christmas. Was I being irrational for not wanting to start an entire tamale-making process from scratch on Christmas Eve? Now for the comments. Not the a-hole, this is deeply lazy, greedy, and disrespectful behavior from your husband. It sounds like he can't take responsibility for his own behavior either. Tries to blame it all on you and how you reacted to his poor behavior. Does this happen a lot? Husband acts like a bad person, you get upset, but somehow he manages to blame it all on you? I know people are like everyone on Reddit just jumps to divorce in the comments, but like, in what world is this guy not an irredeemable a-hole? There's no way this is isolated behavior. Agreed, not the a-hole. Making tamales is a labor-intensive tradition that clearly holds deep emotional value for you. Your husband eating the filling, knowing it was specifically for Christmas, was disrespectful and dismissive of your efforts and feelings. It's not about the food, It's about him disregarding something important to you and failing to acknowledge the significance of the tradition. Refusing to restart the process last minute isn't irrational, especially when he hasn't apologized or shown understanding. Instead, he escalated things by involving his mom and shifting the blame onto you. He should take responsibility for his actions and their impact instead of deflecting and dismissing your feelings. You deserve support, not guilt, for being upset about something so meaningful. Not the a-hole, but you sure did marry one. I feel sorry for the kids, because unless there's some major therapy soon, this marriage is either ending a divorce or they will be raised by parents always fighting. Not the a-hole. You didn't ruin Christmas, he did? You're not the a-hole. He knew exactly what that filling was for. His actions were disrespectful and inconsiderate. It wasn't just food, it was a tradition, an emotional connection to your past. His dismissive attitude and involving his mother unnecessarily made it worse. He ruined Christmas, not you. Don't let him gaslight you into feeling guilty. His behavior was childish and selfish. Shame on him. And double shame for lying to his mother to make you look like the bad one. Let him go to his mama's house for Christmas Eve dinner. Order in a nice meal for you and the kids and just tell them Daddy ate the dinner, but he can't ruin Christmas for the rest of the family. Then wrap up a piece of coal and put it in his stocking. I hate to go there, but since you make tamales every Christmas and obviously the filling always gets made ahead, do you think he ate the filling and ruined the tamale plans deliberately? Sure sounds like it. So he ate the filling, didn't tell you, let you find out on Christmas Eve when it's basically impossible to go replace all the needed materials, knowing that it is a family tradition you're carrying on for your dead mother, and then flips the script and says you're being a witch and calls his mom to cancel. Why? And ruins Christmas not just for you, but his mom and children? Not the a-hole at all. Not the a-hole. I'm honestly tired, so tired of marriages where one partner does all the planning and labor and the hard work to running the house, making the holiday and all the other stuff. And the other partner is oblivious, in the way and critical. Your husband is a piece of crap, and you can tell him I said so. So in 2025, you're going to expect better and leave behind the things and people who bring you down and hold you back. Take the kids out to dinner. Who doesn't love IHOP? Leave your husband to marinate in his crapulence. Let his mom keep feeding him, cleaning up after him and caring for him, since she didn't raise him to be a useful, helpful partner. Story 3. Am I the a-hole for cutting off my parents after I was accused of SA? For context, my sister told me last night that she wanted to talk. I said, sure, what's going on? She tells me that my younger brother said I SA'd him when we were younger. I laughed at first, and her face got very serious. I said, my God, no. I have never, and never will do that to someone. I freaked out because so many thoughts were going through my head. I called several friends and shared this to just get someone to listen to me and talk it out, to which the regular was essentially, what the fuff, and there's no way you could ever. I even called my therapist about it. I am a gay male, and for additional context, the person that accused me is my youngest brother. We are not close and have not contacted each other in almost 2 years. My brother is a drug addict, doesn't work. Mooches off my parents and has a live-in girlfriend that he snuck into my mom's house one late evening and has been there ever since. He was here a month ago with my brother-in-law and was taking beer from my sister's house without asking, so I made a comment to my mom about it, which reached him. It feels retaliatory. What hurts me the most is that my dad came this morning and asked if I happened to do this to me, brother. I said I would never, and I'm so hurt that this would even cross their mind that I would do such a thing. He said okay, and said he would tell my brother. Fast forward an hour later, I'm at the store, and my mom now calls me, asking how I'm doing. I responded, just peachy for someone who was just accused of sexual assault. My mom said, in order to keep the peace between you two, he's asking that you come sit with him face to face and tell him that you didn't do it. I was effing livid. You're asking me for an admission nonetheless, and whatever I would say isn't going to satiate whatever feelings or thoughts he has. It would just validate them. I just found out that my brother changed his story from, He did something to me well, no. What I'm saying is he tried to do something and I scared him away. Trying to be noble and telling my parents, I just don't want him to do this to anybody else. I told my parents that because you chose to believe him without even hearing me talk, that I want to cut ties as I don't feel like I'm even part of the family anymore. They're telling me that I'm overreacting and that they just wanted to keep the peace, but this is a real bad accusation with real consequences. Am I the a-hole here? Now for the comments. Not the a-hole. You don't need that toxic stuff in your life. If you already have so much going on, your parents should even be ashamed of thinking that. You're better off without them. Parents chose to believe a lying junkie over you. That says everything you need to know. I don't think you are wrong for cutting them out. The family might think that his drug abuse is a result of SA trauma. OP might become the scapegoat for his brother's shortcomings. You disengage. Talk to your therapist about the betrayal and ask for advice about writing a letter to all involved explaining the situation and how you feel. That way, the obviousness of your not having left out of fear of being caught or confronted is clear. Your collected, mature unwillingness to feed into your brothers. Manipulative bullcrap is asserted, and your record of events or asserted facts are in ink and available as a memento for any furthering bullcrap the nutcase wants to try to say. Maybe don't put anything in writing without running it by a lawyer. Not the a-hole. This is not something you keep the peace about. The sad thing is, your parents were really in a horrible situation. It doesn't sound like they accused you, but they asked you, and your brother is also their son. Imagine if their son was, in fact, violated, and they dismissed him without asking the question. There's no way for your parents to get this right, but you have every right to feel betrayed. You have every right to feel angry, and you have every right to distance yourself from everyone who would believe something like that about you. And you definitely have every right to yourself from someone who would make such horrible accusations for no reason. Not the a-hole. Honestly, drug addicts will sink to any low. They're career liars and manipulators. They will do anything to manipulate support and money out of those around them without giving anything in return. What's worse is that it sounds like this has been your brother's method of operating for a long time, and your parents know it. But they'd rather give credence to such obvious bullcrap than calling him out. Now, normally I'd say believe the victim, but this guy has been a known liar, manipulator and drama monger for a long, long time. Taking such a claim from a known liar seriously without evidence when the story keeps changing is just being willfully stupid. Not the a-hole. I think you're absolutely right with not wanting to ever interact with your piece of crap brother again. He's a dangerous liar and should be treated as such. I think the next step with your parents is a bit cloudier. They're in an absolutely crappy position. They have this son who's neck-deep in issues and drugs, but they still care about him and want to protect him. It's their responsibility to at least investigate claims, even if they know there's no way. However, if they are still wanting to keep the peace, which if that's what they asked for, then it seems to me like they don't buy the claims, but they want to toe the line and expect you to take the punches. After he's proven that he's not being truthful by changing his story, then that's a real problem. You need to be frank with them. You need to tell them that you cannot take this lightly, that this ruins lives, and that if they continue to want to keep the peace at your expense, you're walking and talking to a lawyer, which you should do anyway. Document, document, document. Family members of addicts often want to just smooth things out at the expense of the other members of the family, but this is beyond that. This is your livelihood, your reputation, your freedom, everything. These kind of accusations ruin people, and if your parents can't understand that, then you are absolutely not the a-hole for going no contact.
Thank you for listening. If you like the video, consider like and subscribe. If you want more stories like these, turn on your notification to receive the latest stories.